So, our story today, Power Trouble in Mahtog City.
Yeah, here's my hand.
So-
That could be part one. He's taking a big
Allison was in grade 2 at Hawthorne Public School, but she had a very big secret. She had a secret identity, and her secret identity was Supergirl. And her secret identity, her family and her kept that secret identity for her because they would have to keep Destroyer the Potato at bay. Destroyer the Potato was constantly causing trouble in Mahtog City, and Allison's parents had special powers themselves. Her dad had the power of earth, and he could shake the ground or build giant sandcastles. And her mom could control the air, blow things away, lift things with mini tornadoes. They were very talented. But when Allison was born, they quickly realized that she had those powers and more. Allison could control all of the elements. She could control fire, water, earth, and air. All she needed to do was touch them, and that allowed her to control those elements. But Allison was still very young, and whenever she tried to help her parents, whenever the Destroyer Potato was causing trouble in the city, Allison would cause even more trouble. When she tried to stop Destroyer the Potato from driving away in his getaway van, she used her earth power, and she caused an earthquake to shake the truck to stop it. But she shook so hard that the earth almost broke in half. Luckily, her dad was there to use his power to connect it back together again. But Allison, she was so disappointed. And she thought, I'll do better next time. So then came the time where Destroyer the Potato was on the roof of the bank. And he had stolen all the money in the bank, and he was waiting for his getaway helicopter.
What?
And Allison thought, I'm Supergirl, I can do this. And she used her power of air to try to control the helicopter to make it not land. But all she ended up doing was creating a giant tornado that actually took Destroyer the Potato away and safely away from the city. And he wasn't captured. She actually helped Destroyer the Potato. Well, that's not what's supposed to happen, thought Allison. I can't do anything right. What am I going to do? And her parents also thought, we do need to help her. She's practiced and practiced, but we need to find a way to help her control her power. And her mom turned to her dad and said, honey, I think it's time we took her to see Dr. Device. And her dad thought, oh, why didn't I think of Dr. Device? What a wonderful idea. So that evening, they all flew together. And they landed at Dr. Device's apartment penthouse secret lab. And they went in and they said, Dr. Device, we need your help. Have you got something that can help Allison control her powers? And Dr. Device, with his hair all messy and a pen in his pocket, took out his thinking pen and went click, 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 click. I think I do have an idea. And so he went to his blueprints and aha! This is it! And he went into his laboratory and you heard clink, 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 beep, 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 beep. And he came out with a really cool looking watch. Yeah, it had puzzle pieces all over it. And when Allison pressed the face of the watch, blip, 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 a hologram came up. And Dr. Device handed a special watch to her mom and her dad as well. And they realized they could talk to each other through this hologram. And Dr. Device showed her a special button on the side. He said, you've got to press the button on the side for the secret compartment. And so she opened it up, and a small drawer opened up. And she said, well, what are these stones? They each had a different color. And he said, each stone represents the elements that you control. Just touch that element, turn on the device, and you will be able to focus your power better. And Allison said, thank you so very much. And away they went. It was only a couple days later that Destroyer the Potato was at it again. And this time, he had a giant potato mashing, walking robot. And as they flew to the rescue of the city, Allison's parents looked at her and said, Supergirl, are you ready? This is going to take all three of us to stop him. And so, to work they went. Allison's father created an earthquake, and it shook this potato mashing robot, and the legs on the potato mashing robot shook and shook. And he couldn't control, the Destroyer of the Potato couldn't control his giant robot. And so it tried to get away. But being a robot, they knew that it was susceptible to water, which means the water and the electronics don't mix.
No.
And so Allison decided beep, to press her water button and use her powers. And she focused. And she focused very hard, and a flood started to happen. The water filled up, and Allison went, oh no, I still can't control my powers. I have to think even harder. And she pressed the stone again, and the flood waters went down. But the robot, the damage was already done. And Allison realized that the device had worked and helped her focus. And from that day forward, Allison was officially part of the superpower family. And she was able to be Supergirl with all of her powers. The end.